So yeah, we've had another Nintendo Direct today. Yeah, just put my cards on the table. I've known that this Nintendo Direct is coming for a little while. I knew about some of the things that were coming, and I there was a lot that I didn't know about. I got a little bit cheeky. I did a bit of teasing ahead of this. I did not say specifics, but I teased it something that I knew Jim was going to be excited about. But yeah, I before we get into this, just while everyone's coming up in the chat, yes, I've seen you, Connie Dono, shouting about mentioning Deadly Premonition 2. We will get there. Hello, Larcenous Laugh. Hello, Paptees. Hello, Marble Lion. Yes. I thought this was a really nice Nintendo Direct. I want to talk just like very vague specifics before we start. I'm going to turn this sound right down. It was 40 minutes of really snappy stuff. Like, granted, some of it was just reminders of stuff we already knew was coming and, you know, release date confirmations. But it was 40 minutes of bam, 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 bam. Here's basically what you're going to be playing for the next 6 or 7, maybe 8 months. Like, this is what you're going to be playing through to the spring of next year. And, like, I'm not disappointed by what we're going to be playing. Thank you, Minus Titus, for the sub. I will mention while we're here, Twitch are doing a thing during September called Subtember, where if you subscribe to a channel, like mine, it costs you half what it would normally do to sub, and I still get exactly the same amount of money. I don't get any less money, but you pay less to do a sub. So, if Twitch is where you prefer to support people, if you're going to do it, this month is a good time to do it for your wallet. But yeah, let's crack into it. So hopefully I've got this queued up nice and near the start of all the announcements. I think it is. Here we go. We start off today with one that we sort of knew was coming. We start off with Overwatch, and we knew this was coming. There'd been a few. How do I put this? There'd been some leaks from stores that had suggested it was coming. Then an officially licensed Overwatch Switch carrying case showed up on Amazon, which was pretty cool. And then we got like something in those store leaks. I think it was the Plants vs Zombies announcement from today that got announced, and the release date was accurate. So everyone was like, "Hey, this is probably real." So I must say, this footage looks real good. Like, it helps that. It helps that Overwatch is such a cel-shaded, stylized game. It's not going for hyper-realism. This is the most interesting thing we got to talk about. Is the port comes with gyro aiming, motion-controlled aiming, which it leads me to some questions. So we don't know off the top of our head whether this port supports crossplay or not, or anything like that. Can you? I'm assuming not. Because it's not one of the games that's been pushing for crossplay. Like, it's not like, say, Fortnite or something. But that would be interesting if you could. Yeah, I assume that if it's got gyro motion controls, you're probably going to be in a walled garden with other Switch players. But like, I really like the characters and the design of the gameplay loop of Overwatch. Like, I probably won't pick this up because I have a real problem with loot boxes, and even free ones that it tries to offer me, I know I will get addicted to hunting skins. But, like, this looks to be running at a good frame rate and a good resolution. Like, this is not a bad-looking port, is it? I'm trying to remember, did we get a date on this? It's October 15th, is that right? Yeah, so that's like a month, maybe 6 weeks out. Like, that's a really nice surprise. Like, I'm really happy for people that exists. Kelladry Jane in the chat, I'm thinking of going to a book signing by Dessa tonight, but I'm extremely exhausted. Oh god, I understand exhaustion. No judgment if you can't go, but like, oh, I missed seeing Dessa last time they toured, and oh, I want to see Dessa. Right. So, what's our next announcement? Let's skim ahead a little bit. Okay, Luigi's Mansion 3, nothing particularly exciting. We got to see some new environments. There's a tomb. There's a disco. It's still coming on Halloween. This is unsurprising. We got this 4-player mode. Okay, so it's Gooigi's versus Luigi's, up to 8 players. It seems to be basically like little silly mini games. It's not play Luigi's Mansion competitively at speed against each other. It's just, here's some silly games to play, which is not bad. Okay, new Kirby game, and we need to talk about... we need to talk about this this new Kirby game. Free to start. Free to start is Nintendo's version of free to play. It basically means, hey, you're gonna have to pay microtransactions at some point. This is not a totally free game, but it seems to be an online co-op quest-based Kirby game where you have like a party system, and you can have all of the Kirbys playing as different types of different Kirbys. Super Kirby Super Clash, is that it? Hammerlord, Dr. Healmore. Yeah, it... Okay, let's rewind a second, because I can show you exactly where those microtransactions are going to be. Rarity of your equipment. And without good equipment, you're probably not going to be able to be helpful in the same fights as your friends. So if your friends are more leveled up than you and have better gear and want to do a better fight, you'd better go do that randomized microtransaction to try and get some good armor so you can keep playing with your friends. Like, this screen is where this game will be trying to get money out of people. Like, I love the idea, but, like, I don't know if it's going to be loot boxes. It's probably going to be gacha mechanics. It's probably going to be something along those lines. But, like, the fact they say free to start, and then they show a screen with equipment rarity tells me that's where they're going to try and make their money. Yeah, local... See, there are some nice things. Like, I like the fact that you can get local wireless in a free-to-play game. I like that it looks like a fairly substantial game. Like, it doesn't look like those free-to-play games where it's just click on the thing and make the numbers happen. It looks like there is some skill in gameplay, and, you know, who knows? Maybe if you are really good at this game, you will be able to beat, you know, the fights without the good gear just because you're that good. Maybe. Okay, yeah, let's get that playing again. But it looks like it's just a sort of boss fight challenge thing with other players. Yeah, Super Kirby Clash. It's out later today. If this was just a thing where I could buy it and pay a set price and it was out, I would totally be into that. Like, I'm just... I know for me that monetization model's probably not going to be great. I'll have a look anyway. We'll see. Okay, so this is the remake of Trials of Mana. There's been a bit of confusion about this. You can get Trials of Mana on the Switch right now as part of Collection of Mana, but it's the original version as opposed to this considerably souped-up remake that is a 3D game with orchestral music. It's got... it seems to have full voice acting. You've got multiple starting characters, and then you can sort of pick what class to build them up into. This is nice. Your class, the way that you build up your class will affect the outfits, the appearance of your outfits. And there's now 3D movement around the area during fights, rather than it just being a turn-based menu. Like, this is not just like a remaster. This is like, they've gone out of their way to go, no, we're making this a modern game. Yeah, it's coming in April. I've been looking for more RPGs to play. Like, when I finish with Astral Chain, I'm going to be moving on to Dragon Quest, so we'll see. Oh yeah, Return of the Obra Dinn. Let's see. I'm just checking what's in the chat. If there's anything I have missed. Pokemon Smash Mii costumes that are Team Rocket and Pokemon Smash Brothers Mii costumes that are Team Rocket and Undertale costumes. Ooh, did this just get announced in the Smash stream? We're gonna keep going. We're gonna watch the Smash stream at the end of this stuff. But that's super cool if that's accurate. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, for anyone who hasn't played Return of the Obra Dinn, it is a puzzle game that you see people's last moments, and it's kind of like Her Story in that you're trying to work out bits of information that lead you to other bits of information to put together this story that you can approach in a sort of non-linear way. It's a stunning puzzle game if you've got the brain for it, but it fucking takes some work. It's coming in fall. We don't know a date. That's fair enough. Oh, so this is Little Town Hero. You might remember this was shown off at, I think it was E3 2018, perhaps. It used to be called Town. It is from Game Freak, who are best known for working on the Pokemon games. It is an RPG in a town where it's like, oh, you're not allowed to leave town. Um, so they say the only thing you'll need in combat is ideas, but one of the ideas is punch or throw. So like, this trailer seemed to imply that you weren't going to be doing combat, but like, you do have attacks, you do have RPG attacks, but yeah, this is a neat mechanic. Apparently, in battle, you can run and go and recruit NPCs and bring them in to help you in the fight. Like, this seems really charming. It looks great, it's a charming idea, but the thing that has sold me most on it is apparently almost all of the music, not all of it, but almost all of the music, is composed by Toby Fox, who is the person who made and composed the music for Undertale. Toby Fox getting on well with them Nintendo, it seems. Yeah, so Banjo-Kazooie is out, like, today in Smash. We really didn't get an in-depth look at how Banjo's mechanics were going to work, so today's going to be fucking wild. Because they're doing a live stream right now that we will get to in a minute that's, like, hey, here's how the mechanics work. I caught a little bit of it. The invincibility feathers you have a set number of, and until you die, you lose a stock. You can't refresh those, they don't come back. That seemed like an interesting mechanic. We will get to that in a minute. So yeah, we got a Smash character reveal. So we knew that it was going to be an SNK character for a couple of days. The way that we know this is that the Smash website, I think it was about like 2-3 days ago, updated the character pack, the character number 4 like listing on their website to have copyright SNK at the bottom. It's like, this is a couple of days before a rumored Nintendo Direct is incoming. Maybe SNK character reveal, and yeah, it's Terry from Fatal Fury. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big SNK Neo Geo fighting game person. I recognise the aesthetic of these characters. I know what a Neo Geo fighting game like this tends to look like. Yeah, of all the DLC characters for Smash Brothers, be it the Wii U and 3DS versions or the Switch version, this is the character I know the least. And this trailer gives us nothing. It goes, Terry, now in development. I think we find out he's coming in November? Which presumably means that, like... Did we know what who else did we know is coming? No, Hero's out, Banjo's out, gosh, yeah. Yeah, they're all coming faster than expected. So, let's talk about this. There is one character left in the current Fighters Pass, which is basically their Season Pass. Anyone who paid to just unlock all of the DLC at launch it was signing up for these 5 characters, plus if you pre-ordered it, I think you got Piranha Plant. But, like, there's one more character to be announced. Everyone's like, we fucking love Smash character reveals. It's the best fucking thing out of Nintendo Directs. We're always really fucking hyped for it. So, they're adding more DLC characters, and they've not specified, like, what form that's going to take, whether it's going to be individual characters, like as and when they have one ready, or whether it's going to be a second season of DLC, like a second Fighters Pass, maybe Fighters Pass 2. What we do know is that these new DLC characters are not going to be part of this Fighters Pass. Let me pause exactly where it says it. Somewhere there is a little bit of a... yeah, there's a... asterisk up somewhere. Okay, it's slightly cut off the screen here. Additional DLC fighters will not be included as part of the Fighters Pass and will be sold separately. So, yeah, we're not just getting one extra character, we're getting at least a few, and they're not going to be part of this, yeah. Okay, Terry is apparently the main character in Fatal Fury. I assumed as much. I assumed that this was the Ryu and Ken equivalent for Fatal Fury. Yeah. Okay, so let's skim through. This is basically the section of the Direct where they're reminding you, hey, there's games coming out this month. Link's Awakening is coming. Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition S, Echoes of an Elusive Age. Really fucking long title. That's coming out, like, super soon. There's a demo out already. Oh, this was a fun surprise. So for anyone who doesn't know, Tokyo Mirage Sessions hashtag or sharp. Sorry, it's not hashtag. It's sharp. Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore is the game that was originally called Fire Emblem. What was it? It was SMT Cross Fire Emblem. It's basically it's a Shimigami Tensei game, which for anyone who's not played that series is basically kind of Persona. It's kind of a Persona game ish, but you summon in battle Fire Emblem characters that you know, like Chrom and, Roy and whatnot. You summon your Fire Emblem characters to help you in fights. But also it's a game about being like a music idol, and like music being how you do your summoning things, and the more of a dramatic presentation you have to your performance, the more powerful you are. It's a weird, awesome little game. It is a really nice game that is very different to anything else. Like, it doesn't follow the traditional RPG plot formula. It is unapologetically the weird mashup of things that it is, and it really got slept on because, like, the name Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore, that's not a name that people see in a shop and go, yes, I know what that is, I will buy that. Like, it doesn't sound like an exciting JRPG name. It doesn't scream Fire Emblem and Shimigami Tensei to you like either of those franchises. Buy this game. But also, like, the Wii U didn't sell, and this was a Wii U game, and it's one of those holdout games on the Wii U that I've been just dying to get a port. I'm like, Xenoblade and Xenoblade X, Fire Emblem, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp FE. I honestly can't think of anything else that, like, I desperately want to get ports from the Wii U. Wonderful 101 would be on that list, I think, but yeah, this has been one of those games that deserved a better shot at life, and I'm really glad that it's getting a Switch port. Yeah, it's gonna be a heckin' thing. Just watch this weird ass game. There's a lot of corner cutting for its open world, like the sort of all of the NPCs that you don't need to talk to are just paper, colourful cutouts. It's a real stylistic choice. But it's the kind of thing that's going to make this game run real well on Switch, like not having to render a bunch of 3D character models in open worlds. But yeah, you team up with Fire Emblem characters from other dimensions, and then you do music performance battles. It's weird, and yeah, it leans very heavily into like the idol industry and like J-pop and K-pop, and the kind of area that, like, I don't know a thing about it, but I find this game oddly fascinating, and it makes me wish I was more into like idol stuff. But yeah, it's coming out in January next year. It's a great game. If you've not played it, like, don't sleep on it. It's great. So yeah, let's talk about this one. Yeah, I teased this a little bit earlier. If you look at my Twitter from this morning, I did a tweet talking about how there was a game that Jim was going to be very excited for, and I'm just going to put it this way. If you look at the first letter of each sentence in that tweet, it spells out Swery, who, Swery65 is the Deadly Premonition guy. So yeah, Deadly Premonition 2 is a real thing. I would not have expected this. There's another half to this announcement we'll get to in a minute that's like less ludicrous, but Deadly Premonition was a game that was released in 2010, I believe. It's about a decade old now, and it was a survival horror game. It's janky as fuck. Like, there are things about it that are fundamentally broken and weird, and it's charming. It is charming as all hell. There are few games as memorable as Deadly Premonition, but, like, it was fundamentally broken in some weird ways that, like, I think if you tried to fix everything wrong with Deadly Premonition, it would stop being a good game. It got a port on PS3, and that fixed a lot of things with the original game, and left a lot of things broken, and, like, it's really interesting. If you go on Wikipedia and look up criticism from the time when the PS3 port came out, a lot of people go, they didn't fix everything, and I'm kind of glad about that. So, it's a weird game to see come back today because like it's not one you can polish up properly without removing the charm of what makes it great. And that's why I'm really excited that this game is getting a sequel because you can't really fix that first game entirely. It's like No More Heroes 1 in that it's forever gonna be kind of a janky mess. Like the original No More Heroes, you've got a bland, weird, empty open world with this really cool motorcycle that controls like crap. It's like these things are just part of the DNA of this thing that a lot of people love. So I'm really excited to see like, hey, if we make a new game of this, that we fix all the things. We make it its weird, crazy thing, but without that being intertwined with it being fundamentally broken. Like, I'm fascinated by that as an idea. So yeah, it's getting a sequel. It doesn't look like a particularly modern game, but again, the original didn't age well visually either. But yeah, New Deadly Premonition. That's weirdly unexpected. His face is so weirdly strange. Yeah, you're an FBI agent. You like this trailer doesn't look like a modern game, but like I am weirdly excited for this fucking game. And yeah, if we skip forward slightly, the original Deadly Premonition is coming to Switch today, which I'm glad that game's getting another chance at life. I will totally play that on Switch. Oh yeah, Divinity Original Sin 2, which I've been bugged many times by Gavin on Podquisition to get around to playing properly. This seems like my excuse to do this properly and to get really stuck into it. Yeah, you can have a party of up to 4 people. Oh, look at all this D&D shit that's going on. There's cloud saves. So I did start playing this. I can move my save over to Switch, which is fucking great. That is some good fucking news. I'm always up for a game that will support cross-console cross-saves. When is this coming? I missed the day. Oh, it's fucking today. Shit. I gotta go buy a fucking bunch of Switch games tonight. Oh, this is a really weird choice. Doom 64 is coming to Switch. Doom 64 was always just like the weird Doom entry. Let's skim back so we can actually get some footage on screen. Like, it looks like a nice port of Doom 64, but like, that's a weird Doom game to have show up again. I don't think about Doom 64 very often. Yeah. Okay. This is Rogue Company. It appears to be some kind of free-to-play, hero-based, online quest-based objective shooter. It's not my genre, and it's... looks fine, I guess. There's nothing particularly special about it. It's a pre-rendered trailer. Nothing I can learn from that. Oh, Pokemon time. This is where I shine. So I'm looking out for any Pokemon that we've not seen confirmed yet. So we know Leafeon's there, Dugtrio. That's that sheep thing. Actually, let's scroll back 5 seconds. What's this sort of cool dragon-looking building? Is that like maybe going to be the dragon-type gym leader's fortress or something? Perhaps. Gigantamax Pokemon. We know about this as a concept. Okay, so this is the new shit. Okay, customization. So you've always been able to customize characters in Pokemon. Some people I'd seen worrying, and I don't know what had triggered this worry, that customization of your character was going to be a paid microtransaction-y thing in this game, and it definitely doesn't seem like that's the case. So in previous Pokemon games, you could pick a base male or female character. You could maybe change their hair color or their hairstyle a little bit. You could give them, pick a shirt and what they're going to wear on their legs, and maybe their shoes. And like, it was one layer on each part of the body, and that was about it. But, oh, you can do layering now. Like, let's get into this. So you can do, you know, single layer of outfit. I quite like that they're doing some like very realistic looking stuff It's almost a little clashing, but I kind of like it. Like that picture that's just a paint. Like that's a real ass shirt you would see someone wear. Like you'd see a teenager wear that to school with a fucking Arcanine on it. Um, a little Shuckle shirt. But you can now wear. Okay, let's have a look. What do we actually got? Your top, your jacket, legs, dresses, socks, shoes, backpack, hat, glasses, gloves, and I don't know what this last one is. Whole outfit of some kind. But yeah, there's layering of outfits. You can wear you can wear a cool jacket over your shirt, and I'm like, oh, that's how I dress all of the fucking time, is denim jackets and shirts underneath. But oh, look at this. Let's get back. I didn't pause in the right place. Look at all these hairstyles. Short style, Caesar cut, medium and wavy, braids, side part, undercut, bowl cut, long hair, multiple distinct hairstyles. Look at these colours. There's green. There's a proper good my girlfriend's shade of green hair green. Where's that green hair? That green hair gives me hope that I'm going to be able to have like proper neon blue hair. Change your eye colour, your makeup. It seems like they're really leaning into proper customization to make characters actually look different to each other, which I'm excited about. So absolutely anywhere you can drop down a tent to. This is basically your feed Pokeballs to feed berries to your Pokemon, pet them, make friends with them. Like we've had these mechanics in other Pokemon games before. It seems a little more in depth. You're not just you playing with one Pokemon by themselves. Like the Pokemon play together. It's a shared space. From all the footage we've seen, it appears to just be the Pokemon in your party. It doesn't look like you can set up a camp for like all of the Pokemon everywhere in your collection. Apparently, this will have an impact on combat, and I'm assuming it's the thing that we've seen in some previous Pokemon games. In story-based battles, if your Pokemon are happy, you've fed them, you've petted them, you've played with them, they will sometimes cure themselves of a status condition, like, completely of their own volition. They'll, survive with 1 HP when they should have fainted. Stuff like that. It'll be something special happened in combat because you were good to your Pokemon. Also, I'm so fucking happy that Mimikyu is confirmed to be in this game. I need a high-definition shiny Mimikyu. It's going to be my baby, and I will love it so very much. I will love it so much. So yeah, you can visit other people's camps. You can bring one of your Pokemon there, and something good will happen. I don't know what the good thing that happens is. I'm looking out for Ekans anywhere in this footage for Jim, so I can tell him that Ekans is still in the game. Okay, right, give me 2 seconds, I need to get on this. Right, where are we? There we go. Sorry, I've got too many announcements popping up today. There we go. There we go. Right, I am back. Let's get on this. So, curry. This is basically your, You can mix up recipes. They will have varying effects that will, again, help your Pokemon like you more or do more damage in the next battle or whatever. You collect ingredients. I had assumed it was just going to be berries, but it appears like you can get sausage, for example. You have to do a little minigame to make your food as good as possible. I am excited for this to basically... I want this to be Breath of the Wild's cooking thing. Yeah, you keep a little recipe ingredient thing. The recipe dex. Yeah, let's talk about these new Pokemon. Polteageist. That is an adorable fucking name for a tea ghost that lives in an old teacup. It's adorable and I love it and it's my new best friend. Okay, I didn't catch earlier what Polteageist's ability is. Let's have a listen. Okay, I do just want to say, apparently Poltegeist is made of tea and might let a trainer taste its tea. I don't want to consume part of my new Pokemon. That seems weird and creepy.
Ghost type Pokemon also has a special ability called Weak Armor. Next, another new
What does Weak Armor do, though? I know it's got an ability called Weak Armor. It doesn't tell me what it does. Isaviel, thank you so much for the sub. For 3 months sub, that's super appreciated. Really love it. Thank you. It really means a lot. Um, I'm gonna try and see, what does that thing do?
special ability called Weak Armor. Next,
Nope, it just has an ability called Weak Armor.
new Pokemon
So yeah, this is Cramorant. Cramorant. This one's easier. We know what this does. It's a water-based bird Pokemon, and when it does water-based moves like Surf, it'll scoop up a fish in its mouth, and the next time it takes damage, it will spit the fish out at the attacker and do damage. So like, that's a pretty cool thing. It auto generates a little extra damage if it does a water attack. It encourages you to stick with type based stuff.
and that's all we have to share with you today.
So yeah, that's everything Pokemon today. It's coming out in like 2 months, which means I really need to finish beating those Master Trainers. I'm like up to like 140 Master Trainers done. I need to do a stream at some point where I just crack out the last few Master Trainers, because I have all 152 shiny Pokemon or whatever it is. I need to finish my shiny Master Trainer hunt before Sword and Shield comes out. Oh yeah, let's talk about Super Nintendo games coming to the. I keep wanting to say Virtual Console to Nintendo Online. This is basically what we all wanted Nintendo Switch Online to be. It's just taking a fucking long time to get there, which is a service where you can stream in all of the old games without having to buy them case by case, bundled in with your paying for online play. We kind of knew that Super Nintendo games were going to be coming. The big tip-off was, I believe, Switch firmware 5.0, which came out like just before Switch Online was a thing. It added in-game. Data miners found that it added icons to the Switch for NES controllers, and that made sense. Nintendo Switch Online subscribers were able to buy a 2-pack of NES controllers. They slid onto the Joy-Con rails. You could play your NES games with an NES controller on Switch. But it also added Super Nintendo controllers. And it just seemed like such an obvious move. It's like, oh, why did you put Super Nintendo controller icons in here? It's because a year ago, or whenever it was, you already knew you were going to put Super Nintendo games on the service. Yeah, it's... But Valerikai totally fucking nails it in the chat. I don't enjoy how they're only introducing a new console to the service after a year to make people resub. It's a really astute observation. They have basically waited exactly a year so that people who purchased 12 months upfront of, I'm going to buy 12 months of Nintendo Switch Online. Basically, oh, my thing's running out. Oh, I don't play Switch Online that often, maybe I'll just let it lapse. Oh, Super Nintendo games, I guess I'm back in. Yeah, this is a lot of this segment of the Direct was basically, hey, here's a bunch of new content for Nintendo Switch Online subscribers whose subscriptions are probably due right around today. Let's fucking remind you why you should sub for another year. No, don't cancel. No, sorry, it's done the thing where it's decided the stream is over now. Yeah, so it wants to make me watch something else. Let's see, what Super Nintendo games do we get here? Because I missed this. Super Mario Kart is super fun. I fucking loved Kirby's Dream Course. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island is an adorable game. Stop. Okay, fine. I'm going to refresh this page. Give me a second. And try and find where we were. Because I was watching it while it was still kind of live, and I think that was the problem. Okay, here we go. F-Zero, that's great. I fucking love the original F-Zero. Wish they'd make a new one. Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, that is a great game. Like, the Super Nintendo is honestly where Nintendo really hit their stride, and, like, these are games I would actually want to go back and replay. Super Mario World, that's great. Star Fox, the original one. Ooh, I'm curious. Is Star Fox 2 going to be on here? Stunt Race FX.
which will be available to play
Yeah.
for the first time. You can face off or team up in local multiplayer by passing the Joy-Con controller.
Yeah, you can play multiplayer. That's a fucking Hamtaro game. Or Hamtaro thing. Is that Ghosts and Goblins? Yeah.
Here are the first games
Okay. Let's pause as soon as we get these games up. Brawl Brothers, Breath of Fire, Demon's Crest. Okay, F-Zero is good. Kirby's Dream Course is good. Joe and Mac 2, Lost in the Tropics. Kirby's Dream Land 3, Pilot Wings, Star Fox. Stunt Race FX, Earth Defense Force, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Super Metroid. I think that's a Puyo Puyo game. Super Soccer. Oh, I remember Super Soccer and Super Tennis. Link to the Past. Okay, it's not a bad day one lineup. There's shit in there that that is missing that I would like to see, but yeah, that's so. Yeah, I've realised I didn't need to pause and resume. There was a list at the end. This is what happens when it's half midnight and I decide, yeah, I'm going to do a stream and be informative and... Okay, yeah, let's talk about this. So we as I said before, we kind of knew this would be coming. It's not what I was expecting, though. So previously, NES Switch Online subscribers could buy a 2-pack. You could only buy them as a 2-pack of NES controllers. They slid onto the Joy-Con rails. That was how they charged. It was a very funky, nifty little idea. These Super Nintendo controllers are different. You buy them separately. I believe the US dollar price is about $30 for one, which is on the pricey side. I will say, compared to the NES one, it's at least got 4 face buttons. It's got 2 shoulder buttons as well. So the NES controller did work with games that weren't just NES games. I believe I beat Sans in Undertale on the Switch using an NES controller just because I liked the D-pad. I was like, I want a proper D-pad. But the thing that really limited what games you could use it for was the lack of an X and Y button. With an X and Y button, you're opened up to a lot more games, like a lot of side-scrolling platformers. I imagine what was it? The Kirby game that came out on Switch that I really enjoyed and I can't remember the name of right now. I imagine you could probably play that. You could probably play New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe on Switch with this. Mario Maker would probably be really good. Like, this is definitely a lot more useful for non-NES and Super Nintendo games than the NES controller was. Like, that was very limited in which retail Switch games it would do anything useful for. It also doesn't charge on the Joy-Con rail, presumably to retain the authenticity of the shoulder buttons would be my guess. It's charged by some form of USB cable. Is it USB-C? Oh yeah, it's a USB-C cable. It's like at least they're standardizing everything with USB-C. That's kind of nice. Like $30. You know what? I might for $30 just have a Super Nintendo controller around my house that I can use for games. Like it's not as horrendous as forcing me to buy a 2-pack for $70. Like, yeah. Yeah, you appear to have ZR and ZL buttons. Yeah, Tetris 99 is getting a big update. This update looks mildly terrifying. Okay, so you need to have... okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I thought you had to reach a certain level of ranking, but you have to have won at least one match of Tetris 99 to unlock Tetris 99 Invictus, which basically seems to be, hey, do you want to play against people who were good enough to win a game of Tetris 99? Do you want to play in the big leagues? Well, here you go. Play on hard mode with the big kids. It's adding daily missions, which is cool. Yeah, you can now unlock custom themes by doing daily missions, which get you things like this Mario background and I believe it's music. Let me listen. Yeah, you can. It updates the music as well. There's a Zelda themed one here. I believe there was a. Yeah, you can get new player icons. There's shit to unlock that you can customize your experience a little bit. But there is paid DLC. So we had a wave of paid DLC before. I think it's kind of cheeky to put paid DLC in a game that ostensibly exists to be a reward for people who buy Nintendo Switch Online. Like, I get that this is probably why this game exists, is they agreed to give it away for free on the assumption that millions of people would download it, and then later they could make some money by doing DLC. Like, I assume that was probably the deal, but it still feels a bit weird to me. But yeah, you can do... Basically, they're adding multiplayer support. Up to 2 players on one console, or up to 8 players local wireless. Basically, if you... Me and my partner Jane have more than once played Tetris 99 together in the same room, but separate matches. And we've just been like, it'd be nice if we could both be in the same pool of players. Like, if we could both be part of the same Battle Royale experience. So, like, this is nice functionality. It's, you know... It's a bit fucking cheeky to charge for it. I don't know what they're charging for it, but, oh, thank you, video. What were we, 54 minutes in? Nope. Apparently, the Nintendo Direct is now private. This is what happens when you try and do shit live. Nintendo. Let's watch this Nintendo Direct. This is it, right? No, is that link not going to work? Okay, my mouse is just not working now to click on this. Clicks on that fine. Oh, there we go. Yeah, someone in the chat suggesting that 2-player mode might be against bots. Like, if it is, That was not the impression I got from this trailer, but maybe you're right. Maybe it's just not clear. Let me turn the audio up and have a listen.
We're also adding in daily missions for some added challenges. By array of new DLC is here as well. In 2-player share battle mode, pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend for a 2-player game against each other and the CPU.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is against the CPU. Oh, that's really taking the wind out of my sails. I thought it was going to be you two can choose to get pulled up together in a Tetris 99 match. And I assume there's a certain degree of they don't want you to, you know, game the system by having an easy win or something. But, yeah, 2 players versus bots. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat are suggesting perhaps that this is part of a move, like, that they perhaps held stuff back deliberately to have DLC down the line to keep the game active, and that maybe they're slowly trying to build this up from an online-only thing where it began as a freebie into basically pay for it, and it will become a full Tetris game. And yeah, it's getting a boxed release of some kind. I don't know if there'll be anything on the cartridge or if it will just be a download code in there, because it comes with some Switch Online. But yeah. Yeah, like that up to 8-player multiplayer sounds great, ... when this game was still free. I don't know that I can convince 8 people I know who live locally to me and own Switches to buy DLC for Tetris 99 so that we can play together. Like, that's a weird choice to me. But it's available today, and one thing I will say for this Direct, a lot of stuff, let's turn that really down, a lot of stuff in this Direct was like dropping today, dropping tomorrow, dropping this week. It really did focus on, like, shit you can do right now that you didn't know was going to be right now. I did really enjoy how many surprise and it's out now releases we got. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, there's 8-bit mini-games and there's a story mode. They get sucked into a Game Boy game about the Olympics. Oh no, they're in a game about the Olympics, they're trapped in a game about the Olympics. Daemon X Machina. So this is a game we talked about a while ago. It's a big mech combat game. It had a demo after E3 2019, and it was like, it was kind of janky. It was not a great showcase for that game. It killed a lot of my excitement for it. There is a new... Basically, the thing that kept me somewhat confident about Daemon X Machina was the fact that... Okay, let me just pause this here for a sec. Was the fact that they explicitly put the demo out and said, we're going to survey people about this demo, we want to hear feedback. It sounded upfront like they genuinely were like, we're putting a demo out because we know that there's something wrong and we don't know what it is. Please help us work out what's up with our game. And there's a demo. I believe it's coming out today or tomorrow. We will find out in a second. It's kind of like the Dragon Quest XI Switch demo, where it is just, here is just a section from the start of the game. Your save transfers over to the full game. You basically want to start playing the actual game from the start a couple of weeks early, see if you're enjoying it, get yourself invested. That demo contains 4-player co-op, so I'm kind of up for trying that. I'm mainly excited to try this demo to go, did they improve this game? Yeah, there's online co-op in the full game, but like, does this game feel better than it did in the demo? Can I work out, like, if my mech is destroyed and I end up just a human stood on the ground with a piddly little gun that does nothing, can I work out what to do now? Will there be a tutorial that will tell me what to do? But, like, I could totally go for this after... If it turns out to be that the new demo is good, I could totally go for this after Daemon X Machina, because, like, I'm going to need a new thing to play for a bit. Yes, so Star Wars game coming to Switch. What is it? Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. I know there's a lot of love for this particular game. I must say, this trailer, this is some fucking PS2 character models in HD, 60 frames a second, that they made zero effort to, polish up. But it's coming in a couple of weeks, and I know a lot of people fucking love this game, so I'm glad for people that they're getting their port. Oh, is this the big, sizzle reel? The Witcher 3, it's coming soon. It's got all the DLC in it. December 6th, there's Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Rogue getting Switch ports bundled up into the Rebel collection. Dauntless seems to be a Monster Hunter type clone, but slightly more sort of futuristic. It's free to play, it's online. That's coming soon. Okay, here we go. This is the release date dump. Just Dance is coming. Grid Autosport in September. Let's get the good ones. Farming Simulator, December 3rd. Everyone fucking loves Farming Simulator. The original Ni no Kuni is coming on September 20th. That's only a couple of weeks away. If you've never played this, it was made by Level 5 and Studio Ghibli, and it has all of the charm you would expect from the story of a game that Studio Ghibli had a hand in. Like, it is charming as all fuck. It is adorable. I have a real sweet spot in my heart for this game, even if I remember very little of the end of the plot, because I got this game 48 hours before embargo, and it was a 40-hour long game. So I played for 40 hours without sleeping, wrote my review, and then slept for like 2 days. It was quite an experience I had with this game, and I want to go back and replay it. I don't know what the price is. I've not had a chance to look at how this is priced, but for like, let's say 20 quid, I would totally go back and replay Ni no Kuni. I really enjoyed it the first time round. It's great. NBA 2K20, it has loot boxes that are literal pull the slot machines. Ooh, $40 US for Ni no Kuni. That's a little painful. Yeah. 30 even. 30 I could maybe have angled. 40 is a lot to ask. It's a great game. Call of Cthulhu is coming in October. Focus Home Interactive, so it's going to be interesting but a bit janky. The Outer Worlds is coming soon. Devil May Cry 2 is coming in like 2 weeks. Come on, just get the whole Devil May Cry series on here. Get all of them. Even DMC Devil May Cry. Get DMC on here. Go on, make a port of Devil May Cry 5 somehow. Make it happen. After playing Astral Chain on Switch, I'm just like, I want more character action shit on the Switch. Vampire's coming at the end of October. It really should have come 2 days later and been on Halloween. You know, that would have been how to do it. Animal Crossing, we didn't really get much new. It's still coming in April of next year. It still looks cute and adorable. We can skim over some of this. There's a phone. I want to look at this phone thing. So yeah, we're getting a tent. It will eventually be a house. Yeah, we've got apps. Let's look at these apps. So camera, appearance, a map, some kind of passport, Nook Miles, so that's presumably for travel. DIY recipes is the one we see the most of, and it's the one I'm most interested by. It's basically, hey, here's a Pokedex of recipes for how to make things. So you don't have to keep running back to the bench to check what ingredients and components you need. Every time you forget, you can just look it up here. It looks quite cute. It'll tell you what your progress towards having the things you need to make that thing are. Like, you have this many of this and this many of that. Yeah. Gather materials, go to the bench, craft your things. This is pretty standard fare for Animal Crossing. Yeah, rearrange the town. Oh, Nook Miles might be achievements, apparently. Yeah. Yeah, agreed with King Jimmy in the chat. It's harsh that the DMC trilogy on Switch isn't just a collection, that you have to buy them individually. It's painful. Apparently it's sort of half on a grid, this Animal Crossing it appears to be. Live life on a deserted island, except there are people everywhere, so it's not really deserted. What else is there? The island changes with time and weather. This is Animal Crossing stuff, we know this.
Sociable types who live together on the same island can play simultaneously, up to 4 players at a time on one system.
Yes, this is interesting. Multiple player co-op on one system. Yeah, I was trying to work out how to interpret this, because initially I was like, oh, 3 people can come join, visit your town and whatever. But I'm like, oh, no, what this actually seems to be is, let's say I had a Switch, and I start playing Animal Crossing, and my partner wants to be involved in helping out around the town, but doesn't want their own copy of Animal Crossing and then to just come visit me. That when we boot up the game, it's like, who's playing? Laura. Oh, would someone like to join playing? Oh, Jane would like to play as well. It'd load up her character model and she can come help out. Like, that seems kind of sweet. We've not seen Isabelle yet in any footage. We've not seen a museum. Both of those will hopefully Isabelle and or the museum will be there. 8-player online, that's great, hooray. Don't ruin my village, people. I don't trust any of you. Yeah, it looks adorable. It's a very cute game. It's Animal Crossing. What did we expect? It's gonna be heckin' cute. There's really not much else to say about Animal Crossing. This is the last announcement, or the last of the main announcements, and let's talk about this while we're here. So, Xenoblade, the original Xenoblade for the Wii, is getting a port to the Switch. Now, initially, I just went, oh, that's great. I fucking love Xenoblade. I want an HD port. Like, look at these character models. This looks so much better than it did on the Wii. Like, the Wii is old enough now that games getting HD ports from it really fucking benefit from it. Like, look how nice this looks. This looks beautiful. So, there's something, honestly, like, more interesting than just the fact that this is getting an HD port. The reason they're calling it Definitive Edition, and you'll see some snippets of this in the footage, and I'm sort of pausing because I can't remember how much footage there is to watch. There are some areas of the game that were shown off pre-release that were cut from the original Wii game. Notably, there is an area that is the shoulder of one of the I can't remember, I think it's the shoulder of the Bionis, that was cut due to A, time required to develop it, and B, space on the Wii's disc. So, it seems like they're finishing off areas that never made it into the original game to, like, they're putting in extra content to bulk it out into what it would, like, content that was meant to be there. Also, Xenoblade Chronicles getting a port to Switch and Xenoblade 2 being on Switch, I would be surprised if before December next year we don't have a port of Xenoblade X on Switch, which I would fucking love. So yeah, this is... I love the original Xenoblade. It's real nice. 2020. That's coming at some point next year. I'm ready for that. So yeah, can I load up... Yeah, let's load up this this Smash Brothers presentation while we're here. Is this today's one? Yeah, September 5th. So I'm watching this fresh. I didn't catch this in real time because I was like, I want to get on and do my not quite live stream. Let's skim a little ahead.
Doing my best to control two fighters at once, kind of like Banjo and Kazooie, two characters acting as one. All right, let's get started.
Okay.
So, what is Banjo-Kazooie? Well, in terms of genre, it's similar to Super Mario 64, and it was
Yeah, I want to talk about this. I did catch the beginning of this. When Sakurai is explaining what Banjo-Kazooie is, he does a lot of emphasizing that Banjo-Kazooie belongs to Microsoft, and they were very nice for letting us use him in the game. They were, very excited about it, but still a character that belongs to Microsoft. If you want to play the game Banjo-Kazooie, if you want to play, the platformer games of Banjo-Kazooie, go play them on our rival Microsoft's Xbox. Normally they're a competitor, but they're our friends, so we will tell you to play an Xbox to play Banjo-Kazooie. They basically just emphasized real hard, don't expect Rare Replay to come to Switch. Like, that's the message I got out of that, which is, don't expect to be playing, like, a Nintendo 64 port of Banjo-Kazooie anytime soon on your Switch. Yes, I've seen in the chat that the Smash costumes exist. I'm ready to see them in real time when we get there. Yeah, he talks about the fact that, like, it's basically like controlling two characters at once.
nuts and bolts.
Yeah, there were some GBA games, there were some N64 games.
Released on Xbox 360.
Nuts and Bolts wasn't great.
As some of you may know, the Banjo-Kazooie IP now belongs to Microsoft.
Yeah.
Technically, they're a rival platform holder.
Technically, they're a rival platform holder.
They were happy for Banjo and Kazooie to join the Super Smash Bros. Series. For that, I'm extremely grateful. Rare also welcomed us with open arms.
Here he goes.
So, if you want to play Banjo-Kazooie today, you can do so on Xbox.
The original game can now be played on Xbox One, and the people in the room with Sakurai keep having a real laugh with this. Ha 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 ha.
Nintendo broadcast, but please give the game a try. On Xbox.
Yeah, it feels like this was part of the agreement, was please boost up the fact that we own your IP.
Remember to include this music. Put a
So yeah, there's some cool music. If you have a chance, listen to these remixes in this trailer. They sound real
So
funky.
this is Banjo and Kazooie in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. There's Kazooie.
Ah, this is such a nice new banjo model.
It's a bit different from the production version.
Okay. So a lot of these moves seem to be based on the original game. You've got the Talon Trap, which is your speed dash move from the original
Their
game.
jumps are based on abilities like flat flip,
Yeah.
and feathery flap.
Yeah, so your double jump is Kazooie does the second jump. There's a bit of glide to it again.
It's called Claw Spike,
This seems very much like Banjo's moveset in Banjo-Kazooie.
but we build upon the original motion so it better
Yeah.
fits the action of our game. Their flurry attack is a rat-a-tat
Yeah, the rat-a-tat rap.
roll, which is something
Is-
Donkey Kong uses as well.
Yeah, these are all moves we expect. The golden feathers were the thing I was intrigued by how they get on with. So yeah, there's your sort of lunge.
Is Bill Drill. It looks a bit different from their original games.
Yeah,
but
that is a new interpretation of that move, yeah.
consecutive attack.
Upward
In
drill.
Japanese, their side smash is called Harisen Kazooie.
Oh, that's
Harisen is a
that's
word
real
used
fucking
in
mean.
Japanese, so I was curious what this move would be called in the West. In English, it's called Regal Bash. I think Regal is the type of bird Kazooie is. Their neutral
Okay.
is Wing Whack.
Defensive, smash in the neutral air.
Rat-a-tat-rat, which hits the drop.
Okay, that's your sort of drop down with Link's sword move.
As you can see, even their regular attacks are based on attacks from their original game, Kazooie Series 2.
Okay.
Special is egg firing.
Okay, egg firing is expected. Can the eggs bounce? That's my question. Yes, yes they can.
Down the button when launching the eggs, you'll do the attack you see here. Regal Blaster.
Ah, so you've got your charged one. Okay.
Blaster is based on this part in Banjo-Tooie where the screen mimics an FPS. It's really decreased.
Okay, your shots get less powerful if you overdo it.
Their side special is Wonder Wing.
Okay, Wonder Wing...
Original game.
Wonder Wing in the original game was basically your invincibility move. Here it appears to be have some invincibility frames on it, but also be like a powerful sideways smash attack with a lot of sideways travel distance. Like, it's a nice looking move. But let's pause on that feather counter. You see that just went from 3 golden feathers to 2. Yeah, apparently you can't restock those feathers during fights unless you die, lose the stock, and come back. So, yeah, those are a very finite resource. This move had better be real fucking useful.
Basically win against any other attack.
Yeah, has priority over most attacks. So yeah, the idea being if someone is charging at you with an attack, you can basically barge through them. Like, it doesn't necessarily seem like it's going to do huge damage or like it's going to have a huge smash potential to move them off the screen. It's mainly a defensive get through someone else's attack and take control of the pacing. Boo Day RPG says the most is doing a lot of work there. Can you elaborate on that in the chat? What stuff can this or can this not move that beat through that you think it's doing a lot of work to make that statement?
You can see some feathers above that. Using them up, you won't be able to use the attack.
Yeah, no replenishing. You will just fall over if you try and use it. Oh, has it got good sideways recovery?
You can use it as a
Oh yeah, that is pretty decent sideways recovery.
weak point. If it's blocked, it doesn't
Okay.
have many disadvantages, but it does have a weak point. If it's blocked with a shield, for instance, you'll be wide open to attack.
Okay.
In addition, you can be grabbed during this move.
You can be grabbed during it, and shield will leave you defenseless. Okay, so you have to really fucking make sure that you use it against an attack. This is not a thing to spam. You have to... This is the kind of thing to use if someone is heavily committed to an attack they're doing, and you're like, oh, you can't pull out of that attack. Go.
At any rate, keep track of how many
Yeah, that's an interesting move. I'm curious how that balance is going to feel.
Make sure to take action against this attack and remember to keep an eye on it. It's important.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing if you're fighting against Banjo. You're going to have to keep track of, do you have stock of that left?
This move utilizes the shock spring pad from their original.
Can you use the shock swing jump while in midair? That's a question.
You can hit your opponents. with
Okay, yes you can.
Also, it's pretty different from other up specials that carry the fighter upward in that you're still able to jump in midair after using it.
Oh, you can jump.
Twice in a row.
Oh. Okay, this is my question. If you can jump after using the spring pad, you can double jump after the spring pad. Can you double jump, spring pad, double jump? Because if so, that's a real fucking good recovery. Even if so, actually, being able to do your double jump after your recovery move, that means you've still got left to right mobility after you've done your recovery. That's still a really good recovery, actually. Like, I did not expect Banjo would be the character with an interesting, good, aerial recovery. Yeah.
So if you're falling, you can use it like this. Jump and then dodge, increasing your ability to recover.
Yeah. This is some cool recovery, actually.
By the way, the height of a shock spring jump will change depending on how long you hold the button down.
Oh, longer hold means means more height. This stage is really nice. Yeah, I've got to agree with chat. I really like this.
Rear egg. They'll fire a grenade out of his back.
Oh, it's an actual grenade. It's not just an egg out of his butt.
This is a slightly odd projectile in that it can only be launched behind the fighter.
Yeah, that's always been an interesting one. You can only fire that projectile backwards. Bouncy projectile is unpredictable. Could be picked up and thrown. Gosh, that's risky.
Its detonation sequence is relatively
Yeah.
ways to use this ability. Blow to Gruntilda in their original game.
Yep, Jinjos obviously are your final smash. What else was it going to be?
Where the bottom portion is a spiral shape.
I'm going to skim through this a little bit. So, Spiral Mountain seems like a cool looking stage.
When Gruntilda
I don't need to catch too much of the specifics of these stages.
But by zooming in, you can see all the detail.
Oh, there's Tootie Kong. Not Tootie Kong, Tootie Kazooie. Yeah.
Kazooie. There will also be a software update.
Okay, so we're also getting a software update. Oh, that's a good soundtrack selection.
Also, very pleased much. Use the sandbag in front of you as much as possible.
Oh, okay, so we've got sandbag mode. Do as much damage as you can as possible.
Not with
Hit
this,
it with the home run
but
back.
this back,
Yeah.
and off it goes.
Okay, I'm glad that they're bringing home run contest back. That's
A
always
little too high.
really fun.
And
I've always
so,
been a fan of it.
Home run contest makes its return.
Yay!
Kyoto Nagoya. Actually, let's try Sin.
Okay, what else is there in this update? Mii Fighter move customization.
Shared content. Many people have uploaded their customized. It may have been a little difficult to use since you were not able to show moves.
Oh, I see. Okay, if you download a Mii Fighter, which I do quite a lot because I like people's custom design ideas, you can then customize their moveset after you've downloaded them. You don't have to go with the moveset that the designer created.
If
That's
you want
that's a really nice little bit of
to upload your
that's
moves,
thoughtful.
please take a
Oh, here's the costumes. People were telling me about costumes, and I missed these. Okay. Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. That's a very Japanese thing that is not a thing I know particularly well, but I'm sure there are people who are losing their mind about this. Mega Man. Yeah, Proto Man. Just give me these as Echo Fighters. I want Mega Man X. I want Proto Man. I want them as Echo Fighters. Yeah, give me Zero as an Echo Fighter. Just let me have them as Echo Fighters. Give me more Mega Man characters. Pokemon outfits. Okay, I'm ready for this. Oh, okay, that's cool. I like these Team Rocket outfits. These are adorable. Fucking, I skimmed forward. You can just fight as Sans now. Fucking Sans. Sans. That doesn't even fucking look like a Mii Fighter outfit. That's fucking Sans as in Smash Brothers now. That. Usually these outfits are like, okay, it's obvious that this is just a Mii in an outfit. This is the most that a Mii Fighter outfit has just been. You fucking put this character in the game. They have a custom moveset, but that's Sans in Smash. I kind of was quietly, I was one of those people who kind of quietly hoped that Sans would be the final DLC character. He was never gonna be, but like, I'd have been into it. 75 cents each. Fuck it. I will, for 75 cents, I will buy the Sans outfit tonight.
quest. And this Sans outfit also comes with a music track.
Oh, comes with Megalovania as a music track.
Another category, so you can check it out there.
Hooray!
Toby Fox played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate together. He has
What was that?
actually visited my house, and we
Ha!
played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate together.
Toby Fox apparently visited Sakurai's house and they played Smash together. That's adorable. That's lovely. I think that is everything. So, thank you very much, everyone, for... oh, actually, no, sorry. I tell a lie. There's like 3 minutes left. There's more Amiibo coming. Challenger Pack 4.
Although we showed the in-game footage,
Are we going to see anything of Terry other than this teaser? Okay. Okay, we do get some footage of Terry before we finish up. I don't know enough Terry to know if that's exciting or not.
way. may wonder, how much longer can he be involved with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? But I'm also excited. Adding more characters into the game means that more game worlds will be added to the series. Greater opportunity.
Yeah, he's excited to be bringing more DLC. He's not
Continues moving forward.
running away yet.
Ever be an opportunity to bring this many characters
Yeah, he
together.
keeps emphasizing there may never be another chance to
So I
do
want
this.
keep improving on this record
I'm-
as much as possible.
That's really sad that this isn't going to be the standard, that we're not going to have all of these characters in the next one.
I appreciate your support.
I hope he gets to add as many fucking characters as possible to this, because it seems like this really is his dream project. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, just general thoughts on that direct. I thought it was a really solid 40 minutes. I think it was really smart of them to focus on the next 6 months. There's a lot of ports that didn't get the love they deserved, and hopefully will now on Switch. Like Xenoblade, it was a serious, lengthy RPG for core gamers on a system largely owned by, I love the Wii, but like it was mainly owned by families that were not necessarily core gamers. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, like I'm excited to see stuff like that, like Deadly Premonition, getting more life on the Switch. So I think it was a really fun 40 minutes. I think it was really smart for them to have so many, and it's outright the heck now announcements. I feel like this was good. Well done them. It was a good, exciting 40 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I will hopefully have another one of these soon. It's 1 in the morning, so I'm going to go get to bed. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.